Welcome to the Brattleboro Breakfast at the Senior Center. We're very thrilled that you're all here. And no, I'm not Bob. I'm filling in for him. I'm Carol Levin. Today we have as our speaker Paul Cameron, who is with Brattleboro Climate Protection. And he's going to talk to you about what was in the paper today, which is Brattleboro Solar Summer, which is a program that started May 1st and is actually going to go to September 30th. And he's going to tell you all about it.
I want to talk to you today a little bit about this program called Brattleboro Solar Summer, and more specifically to tell you that now is a great time to go solar for many different reasons. If you've been thinking about going solar, really now is the time to do it. And the reason, there's a couple of main reasons. One is that the cost of solar panels has come down dramatically in the past few years. Solar panels cost about half what they did even 2 to 3 years ago. So they're much less expensive. And also there are new incentives and financing programs available now for a limited time that really make solar affordable and accessible to everyone, whether you're a homeowner or a renter or a business owner or a landlord. You can save a lot of money on your electric bill while supporting locally produced clean renewable power and local jobs by going solar. So again, if you're thinking about it, really now is the time. So as Carol mentioned, I'm the director of Brattleboro Climate Protection. We're a nonprofit organization founded in 2002 that works closely with the town and with the community to develop local solutions to global climate change. And specifically, we develop programs to increase energy efficiency and expand renewable energy and transportation alternatives. And I'm also the town energy coordinator, and I work closely with the town energy committee. We have Kathleen White here, a member of the committee. It's a 10-person volunteer committee appointed by the select board that works with the town to lower electric and fuel costs and work on other projects around energy. Yeah, one of the great projects the Energy Committee has been involved in is changing out Brattleboro's municipal street lights to LED, high-efficiency LED fixtures, which has, I believe, saving the town more than $80,000 a year just in that one project. So that's been very successful. And we're involved in a lot of other projects to save money for the town and for the community. So Brattleboro Climate Protection and the Energy Committee have teamed up with 5 local solar installers to launch the Brattleboro Solar Summer program, which is really an effort to support local residents in choosing clean renewable power. And each of the 5 participating installers is offering a special discount during the Solar Summer campaign period, which is May 1st through September 30th, which is $50 to $200 per kilowatt, depending on the number of people who sign up for the program. So the more people who sign up, the greater the discount. So our general goal with the Solar Summer program is to increase the amount of solar in Brattleboro and surrounding towns in the Windham region. But more specifically, we're aiming to have at least 100 Brattleboro residents either install solar on their homes or businesses or purchase shares in a community solar project. And the 5 local solar companies that we're working with are Gary MacArthur Solar, Sovereign Solar, Sunnyside Solar Store, Solar Source, and Integrated Solar. And again, each of those companies companies is offering a special discount. There's also a new loan program available through VSECU, the credit union, called the Windham County Solar Loan Program, which offers for a limited time low-interest loans to Windham County homeowners to either install solar on your home or purchase a share in a community solar project. So that will be available for a limited time at very, very attractive interest rates. Also, if you install solar, you're eligible for a 30% federal tax credit, which will be available at least until the end of 2016, but maybe not much beyond that. Say you're interested in going solar, what should be your next step? So we're recommending that you contact one of these 5 local installers and get a free site visit, get them to come out and look at your home if you're thinking of putting it on your home or your business or your rental property, and seeing if you have a suitable site. Now, a lot of people don't have a suitable site. Say you have a slate roof, which is really not suitable for solar, or you don't have the proper exposure, or you have too much shade in your yard, or maybe you just don't want to have solar panels on your property, or you're a renter. Then community solar is a great option. And the way community solar works is that you purchase shares in a project that's located somewhere else in Green Mountain Power territory, and you receive what are called net metering credits, which are applied to your electric bill. And those offset your electric use. And so basically you're receiving the same benefits as if the panels were on your property, but it's located somewhere else. So I wanted to give you an example of how this works, and I'm going to use myself as the example. I'm a renter, and so I have to do community solar. And I've been talking with one of our local installers. So just some data about me. My personal power bill, my annual power bill is $320 a year. That's for everything, usage and fees. I don't use a lot of electricity. So according to my installer, I need to buy enough, or I need to buy net metering credits from 5 panels. And each of those panels generates 260 watts or $62 in net metering credits. So that adds up to $310 in net metering credits, which is a little bit less than what I need. And the cost of those, of that share of net metering credits from 5 panels is $4,056, which is $3.12 a watt. And then I calculated what my power would cost over 25 years if I didn't go solar. Say I decide not to do this, what would I be paying? And I calculated that it would be $10,442 over 25 years. That's assuming a 4.5% inflation rate in the electric rates, which is about what it's been. As I said, the actual cost of my solar share would be $4,860. That's with the interest on my loan, because I'd have to take out a loan at 4%. I'm assuming 4%. So my net savings over 25 years would be $5,582. So basically, I would be cutting my power bill in half, more than half, over 25 years, a 54% reduction in my power bill. And again, I don't use a lot of power. If you use closer to the average or you have a larger family, you can save a lot more than this. Anybody can do this, and it really doesn't make sense not to do it. It's such a good investment for just about anyone if you have the ability to take out a loan. And I didn't mention, but my monthly payments on my loan would be less than what I'm currently paying per month for electricity. So I don't have to put any money up front. I I will pay less per month than I am now, and I'll save over $5,000. So, in conclusion, I hope all of you will consider going solar. Again, I think there are just multiple benefits. Besides saving money, you're supporting the production of electricity locally that's clean and renewable, supporting local jobs, because if we expand the solar industry here in our area, the companies will benefit, and they will hire people to work for them, and there's not many things that have so many benefits attached to them. Yes?
You described to me a 25-year horizon. Is that pretty linear, even if you use a lot of electricity or a small amount of electricity?
Well, typically, the contract that you'd sign for community solar would be 25 years.
Okay.
That's typical. And, the numbers I gave you are pretty conservative, I think. For example, I probably would get a better rate than 4% on my loan. I use 4%, but you can get loans for 3.5% through the VSECU program. So yes, it is, but yes, it's pretty linear. I actually can show you a spreadsheet that shows you how it works. After 15 years, my loan would be paid off, and then for the remaining 10 years, I'd be getting free power, basically.
When my husband and when my husband started his solar business in 1979, 1980, of course, solar panels were much, much more expensive. But the warranty was 10 years or 15 years because that's as long as terrestrial solar was in use at that time, in the early 80s. There had been use of the solar panels in outer space on the Sputnik program and all the space program, U.S. space programs since then, but terrestrial use, land on the Earth use, had only started in the kind of late 60s, early 70s. So panel warranties were about 10 or 15 years. Then another 10 years goes by, and then they say, oh, well, let's up it to 20 years. And then another 10 years goes by, and they say, oh, SolarX came along and said, oh, we've been making panels for 25 years. Let's make it 25 years. Now, at conferences and stuff, they're starting to say, okay, well, now they've been making and using solar panels on the Earth for homeowners and businesses and all these other projects. There's rumors at conferences that it's going to go to 40, 45 years, and I wouldn't be surprised within the next 15 years or so it's going to be a 15-year warranty. And the early panels failed because a lot of it was hand soldered, and some of the solder points, just because you had human involvement, may have not been up to spec, and then they burned through. The new stuff that's been coming out is all robotics, and we haven't really seen anything like that in 25 or 30 years as far as, the spotting of the early panels. So I wouldn't be surprised in another 10 or so years, 15 years, that it's up to 50 years, because that's what the experience has been, and they want to have to be. And there's no reason for the panels to really fail. Now, what happens to the panels occasionally are external. There is large hail, which can eventually break glass, but usually this glass is so tempered and so well made that it doesn't, but we've had in 30 years of experience, one customer that had hail damage. Another problem that we had was a woman had a ground array near her house, and she had trees behind it, and there was a very bad storm, and one of the trees came down over it. If you have it on your house, if you have it on your roof or near your house, it all becomes part of your homeowner's insurance. And as far as I know, they don't raise the insurance level, they just want to know that it's there.
The question was about low-interest loan programs. The lowest interest rates I know of are with this Windham County Solar Loan Program, which was created using funds from the Vermont Yankee settlement and the Clean Energy Development Fund. My rates, I was just looking into, would be around 3.5%. There is a program called Property Assessed Clean Energy, or the PACE program, which you can use for any kind of home energy improvement, or putting in a new furnace, insulating your house, new heat pump, etc. You can also use it for solar, electric, but the interest rates are higher for that. They're up around 6 or 7%. So that's an unfortunate exception with that program. Structure your loan if you're low income so that your monthly payments on your loan are less than what you're paying for electricity, and you don't have to have any money up front. I'm not able to put money up front, for example, but I could take out a loan through this solar loan program through the SCCU, which would work for me. So it's really accessible to anyone of any income level, not just for wealthy people at all.
If I were to buy into this program and it's a 25-year commitment and 15 years down the road, is this tied to your residence? 15 years down the road, I decide to move. Would this follow me, or would it stay with the residence?
The company I'm working with, there's a provision that they will, if you move out of Green Mountain Power territory, they will buy it back from you, guaranteed. And they'll find another resident or business to take the credits. Now, if you move within Green Mountain Power territory, it's fine. You can still keep the credits and nothing changes really. But that has been a big question, and with this particular company, they guarantee that they'll buy it back from you, so you can't lose that way.
Into the community solar, and one thing I found out in talking with some of the folks is that you need to be careful not to oversize your system, and I think that this is true whether you put it on top of your house or in the community solar. This didn't used to be true. It used to be that if you bought the system twice as big as you really needed, you would just get money back from the electric company. But now, basically, what happens is the credits expire, and you can't get more money back than what your electricity would have cost you. Is that correct?
That's a great question. So what happens if your system produces more credits than you can use? There was a new energy bill that was passed in this year's session, which changed the rules on that. Previously, if you produced more credits, you could get a check back from the power company for the excess amount. That has changed, and my understanding is if you arrange previously to signing your contract to assign your credits to another entity, you can do that. So I guess you could sell them or you could give them away through prior arrangement, but you have to arrange beforehand. Otherwise, you just simply lose those credits. So it is very important to size your system so that it's a little bit less or certainly no more than what you need. And you have to anticipate what your needs will be over the next 25 years.
I just wanted to sort of add to her question. If you have them on your house and you move, you have really two choices. You can treat it just like appliances in a way and sell the house with the stove and the refrigerator and the solar system and whatever else you want to leave behind, and you build that into the price of the house. There is no reason that you can't take it with you, just like appliances. You can empty the house of everything and take it and move it on to another facility or another home if that's what you want to do, because you own the panels. There are leasing companies out there that you really want to be aware of. They're really, really good at PR. but they get all the tax credits, the benefits, any of the rebates, any of the things. All you do is give them a place to put their panels, basically. They advertise it as renting space from you, but it's not a good deal compared to owning them, because there are still very good rebate programs. There was a rebate program for Vermont, but that ended because the panel prices came down. And some of those rebate and tax credit programs may be expiring, but I mean, you still have to watch that.
So there are 3 of the participating installers that offer community solar. Those are Integrated Solar, Sovereign Solar, and Sunnyside Solar Store. The rules or the pricing structure for each of those companies on community solar is a little bit different. So I would urge you to check them out and compare, because they are somewhat different.
City of community solar, like right now, is there plenty of panels available for sale, or are, during this solar summer campaign, is it possible that you could sign a contract, but it wouldn't have enough capacity to install your solar until next year?
I know that with the company I'm working with, they have enough capacity right now. And I don't know, I can't speak for Sunnyside, but I think all of the 3D installers have enough capacity, at least right now. Of course, that might change if there's a lot of demand, but then there are new projects being planned all over. So hopefully there will be enough to meet the demand. So thank you all very much.
Thank you.